Jacob Bashir here with Bashir Method. Today we have Jonathan with us. Jonathan and I met about a month ago or so, or a month and a half ago. He came to me with some back troubles. Tell us about what you've been experiencing with your back before and what your journey has been so far.
Yeah, I threw out my back about a month ago, and it was just one of those things where I was horizontal for a week. I saw everything: acupuncture, chiropractors, physical therapists. I finally got an MRI about a month later. I have an L5 S1, which is like a herniated disc pressing on my S1 nerve. So I've been doing, some exercises from Jake, seeing a physical therapist, and excited to kind of get back into it. It's been about 3 or 4 months since I've been able to work out and do my thing.
Nice. So where we're at right now in the process is that he's brought his pain down from what out of 10 to what?
Week 1 was probably 7 or 8, and then it's probably 3 or 5 last time I saw you, and right now I'm pain-free, but not quite working out yet.
Amazing. What do you think the most influential thing in your healing process has been so far?
Honestly, resting, as hard as it is for someone like me who likes working out multiple times a day. It's just staying off of it, sleeping, not trying to aggravate it. And then strengthening, kind of other things, being a lot more conscious of, my back and trying to focus on that core work so far.
Nice. So what I thought for us to do today was that because you feel now you're coming into the process of getting back into it and you kind of want to test and see where your body's at, we have very minimal light weights here right now. We're going to do mostly body weight stuff. In fact, we're going to start off with some just very simple agility movements that is going to be soft compression because we're here on this slightly wet grass in Santa Monica. We're going to be outside, we're going to get barefoot, we're going to get connected, and within those light agilities we're going to warm the body up just naturally, get all the slings going, open up the connective tissue system, maybe even increase the heart rate, get the heart rate up a little bit as well too. And then as we progress in the agilities and everything else that we're doing, we're going to keep an eye and monitor what's going on with the back. Once we get warmed up, we're going to move into the 3 basic essential corrective movements. We're going to do 5 minutes of planking in different ways with the Bashir Method activation cues, and then we're going to do the warrior stands up. We'll do about 3 sets on each leg with some programming before, and then we will come back to a couple of other workouts that maybe we just feel on the spot that we can create together, either some rotation with weight, lightly and gently, and then just moving weight, around the body, through the body, just in different directions. So let's get started here.
Sure.
I'm gonna hop off my shoes here. We're gonna do these agilities back and forth right here. If that's okay. Hydrate, you good?
Good.
So some real light movements. Most people, when they warm up, they think they have to stretch, and that works for some people. I find that moving through space 3-dimensionally, pushing off, activating different muscles is ultimately what's going to get you to a much better warm up rather than a static stretch. So we're going to come over here.
Okay. Cool.
And so we're going to do about maybe 15 or 20 just different agility drills, just back and forth. And we're actually just going to start off real basic by just taking a step, rotating, making it a little dance move, and really feeling into our glutes, feeling into our legs. If you want, you could even lunge a little bit into it. While we're rotating our trunk, we're opening up our connective tissue system. We're contralaterally activating our body. And most importantly, we're bringing our breath as well. So go ahead all the way through, another 5 yards. It's great so far. So as you take that step, try to begin to grip in with your big toe as well too. So take that step, grip in, press down, nice rotation. Nice Excellent. And then now try to see if you can bring that activation into the glutes through the heel in the front leg and then through the toe in the back leg. Nice. Amazing. Cool. So that looked really good. Did that feel okay as you were rotating?
Yeah, it was good.
So I think we'll pick up the cadence here a little bit, and now we'll just bring our left leg up and rotate, and then speed it up a little bit, and then right leg up, rotate to the right, and now really bringing our breath with it. So we're building balance with focusing on just being on one foot and then exchanging that to the other foot. And then we're bringing rotation into it through his trunk. And then also he's bringing his breath, creating a biorhythm so that he could prepare for movements at a faster cadence and just movements that are going to translate into everything else that we do today. So I think right now we got a little active there. And we're just going to do a little 50% jog here and that. So real light and no stress. Just enjoy that grass. Bring your arms in with it too. And back the other way. Give me a little more push off now. Low, nice. Yeah, basketball player.
Slow it down now. Slow it down, sink a little lower. Try to activate your core now.
Good cadence with moving on the hands. Trying to activate into the glute now and into the hamstrings as you sit. Amazing. So now we'll do some lateral movements. So if you want, you can face me here. Sit low. And then now we're going to just shuffle. You can do whatever you want with your hands. Being still here is right. Back the other way. Hip rotation into it. So obviously with lower back issues, with hip issues, with knee issues, anything that's riding down the side of your leg, you really want to make sure that you're rotating your hips and bringing basically that elasticity and that connection into your midsection via the leg, into your psoas, into your lower back, into your core, etc. So the movements that I like to draw them either from soccer or from dance, and basically you just take a step and then bring your left or right leg over. Nice. Good. And then you can stick to the side and just 1, good, 2, good. Whatever movement gets you to rotate that hip in front. Good. Nice. Nice. Alright, let's try it like this now. So basically you just take a step, pretend there's a hurdle that you're bringing your leg over, boom, land, take that hurdle over your left as well too. Good. So 1, 2, 3. time we'll bring our leg fully up. So you want to just go to whatever threshold you can do. You don't have to worry about kicking so high. It's really just about controlling the balance of the leg and getting one leg up, pretending like you're just rehabbing one leg. So 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, whatever gets you the balance. Good. For this one, we're really trying to draw a connection into his hip flexors, and that's easy to do when you're stretching statically because you're just not moving. But here we're doing it with movement. He's drawing that connection every single time he lifts his leg up, and then he's really having to focus on stabilizing with the ground foot as well too. And it becomes a little challenging, especially if you have an injury. These kinds of things, when you bring it onto one leg and lift the other one up, that you're ultimately you're rehabilitating, building strength, and you're doing cardiovascular work at the same time while working your body contralaterally and working both sides of your brain. So it's all just a dance in the end of the day, right? You want to stay healthy like a dancer. Good. Let's go 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 3 more again. All the way through. 1 out. 2, 3. Nice. All right. Let's take a little rest for a second. Just kind of like shake everything out. Any kinks that you feel like you have in your body, any disconnections. And then now we're going to bring in some, I guess you want to call them calisthenic or body weight movements. We're going to bring in some jumping right now. Because we're on this grass, it's soft, we're not on cement. We're able to bring a little bit of compression into the work here. And again, with a lower back injury, it's something that you want to monitor. Even a hip injury, even if you have a shoulder injury too, you don't want to be bouncing around too crazy. So test yourself with this. If you feel any pain upon impact, or if you feel like you're having to fight through something, then let's just skip it and we'll move on to the next one, something lower impact. But this is where the threshold gets tested right here. So what I like to do first is, again, work contralaterally and go hop, 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 hop. Or you can do one leg all the way through, whatever suits you. Good.
No, it's just tired. I haven't worked out.
Oh, nice. Okay. So he's getting a little, like, the agility drills can be its own workout too. So he's getting a little cardiovascular work. His heart rate is picking up, but that's good. That's how you know blood is moving through your body. That's how you know that your body's getting activated. But you don't want to tire yourself out too much here. So, like, let's take a rest when needed. We're almost done with these as well too. So now we're going to bring that hip rotation in with that lateral movement. We're going to do karaoke, and basically it's right, over, back, left, over, back. Good. Now you can kind of bring your hips in with it too. Rotate, rotate. Good. Good. Back the other way. Nice big arms. Sit a little bit lower. Let's see if we can do that. Nice. Good. Good. Nice. All right. Now we're gonna come back to a little jog here. This time we're going to pick it up from 50% to 60%, maybe even 70% on the way back here. I want you to focus on pumping your arms. I want you to focus on planting into your feet, and then really just activating that kinetic chain, posterior kinetic chain, that's really going to help you glide through while using the momentum of your arms. Bring your breath with it as well. Ready, set, let's go. And then upon rejuvenation, we're going to work into the 3 essential movements that we learned with the Bashir method. We're going to start off with the warrior stands up. We're going to do some ground force tension programming. We're going to really challenge his dominant side or his injury side of his glutes and hamstrings. So the goal here is to get a connection, a deeper connection that he may not already have right now. So the way I'm going to do that is really slowing down the movement of the warrior stands up into postures first, squeeze into them, activate the glutes through the posterior chain, and then we're going to move into going up and down with it and creating force, the push and pull tension. Cool. So what I like to do is make sure when you're teaching this from scratch as well too is to use some type of apparatus. So whether it's a bench, whether it's a kitchen countertop. Here we're going to use a tree, a very natural source. We're barefoot on the grass. And now what we're going to do is we're going to place our left hand here. We're going to put our right foot forward and our left foot back. And then if you want to come around to the side right here, kind of show them what this posture looks like to the side. It's very similar to a warrior 1 or a warrior 3 rather in yoga, but it's not overextending the hip flexors. It's really mimicking the gait cycle or the freeze point of your walk. So if I walk, this is what it looks like, right? So on each one of those steps, there's a push off happening with the toe. Most people don't have the hamstrings and the glutes involved in that walk, which is why they have bad posture in the end of the day. Once you activate your calves, hamstrings, glutes into your core, now you begin to walk upright. You begin to use the proper muscles when walking. Walking becomes easier, and now your posture just becomes more natural as well too. So I'm going to guide you through this right here. So go ahead and put your left hand on the tree, and then your right foot forward. So he naturally went out a little bit wider, which I'm perfectly fine with. He's a taller guy with longer legs, so we're going to adjust to see what works for him. So now we're going to go ahead and plant onto our left back toe, like you're pushing off, good. And then find whatever connection that you feel the strongest in terms of distance between the feet. So if you feel strong right there, let's hold that. Let's keep that hand there. Now I want you to posture upright, squeeze your core in, and then even bring your chest up as well too. Looks really beautiful. So now as he's pressing in here, I want to get him to squeeze into his calf and make it from hyperflaccid to flexed, contracted, and then contract right here as well too, and then also right here in the glute. Amazing. Your glute looks so different from the last time I saw you. So come around over here. Now one of my favorite ways to get people active here is to have them pulsate. So what I'll do here is I'll put my finger, it's okay? So I'm gonna put my finger right there and I'm gonna have them release and then pulsate, good, release, pulsate, release, pulsate. Give me 5 more. 4, squeeze a little harder into each one. 3, 2, exhale on it. 1, good. Now really press and squeeze into it. Now bring that connection into your lower back, into your core as well, and then into your hamstrings. You can bend your knee if you want to get more leverage into it. And squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Lean into that shake you got going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Amazing. So the first idea there was to activate his left backside. Now we're going to switch it up. We're going to activate the right backside, and then we're going to bring them both together and show you the strength that you can have in the posture just by squeezing through both your front foot and your back foot. So now we're going to go ahead and face this other way, and your left foot forward, now your right foot back. And you're a righty, right?
Yeah.
So being a right dominant person, always your right leg, your right hamstring, your right glute activation is always going to be a lot easier than your left. We started with his left. We've done something like this before. So now what I'm going to have him do is stay focused into the front foot here and really focus in on the heel stabilizing with the big toe real strong. A great way to do that is to bring some type of tool for him to press on. So squeeze into that. Let me get underneath a little more. Good. So now he's squeezing into that big toe right there. It's forcing him to stay mindful and conscious of it. And now we're going to have him distribute that into his heel and then draw it up to his calf, into his hamstring, super flexed hamstring right there, and then into his glute through his heel versus in the back foot versus his toe. So here we're in his toe right now, and now you can bend it a little more if you want, like you're pushing off, like a wide receiver, planting and taking off. And then we have your calf, hamstring, glute. And now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna pulsate. This time, because it's your right side, I want you to challenge yourself to bring your core with it as well too. Nice strong core, nice strong glute. Connect them both through the psoas. And now we're gonna pulsate here, and we're going to squeeze and let go. We're gonna do 10 reps. And on each one, I want you to try to gain a stronger connection into it, whether it means you deep exhaling or whether it means you just relaxing into it. Just try to bring a stronger connection into each one of those. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we're gonna hold. And now I want you to kind of pull forward as you hold with your front foot. So pull backwards here, like you're trying to pull forward, and then push off here. And then as you bring both those connections into your glutes, I want you to squeeze into your core and release from the tree, and then flex into everything. Flex into your lats, flex into your shoulders, flex into your neck, and then relax your chin and bring it up. And as you can see, he has a slight shake going. That slight shake is him drawing piezoelectricity from the ground, distributing the connection throughout his body, squeezing. It's a really strong warrior stance here. And now I want you to hold and squeeze, pull with your front foot, push with your back foot, create a spiral energy in the center of your body, and go 10, 9, 8, 7, posture up with your shoulders, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Amazing. So I challenged you a little bit more on that right side. Now we got this like super fucking active flex going. Hope you're feeling it throughout your body. How does it feel right now?
It's good.
Yeah? Good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring movement into it. We got the agilities done, we got his whole body going, his blood going, his cardiovascular system going. Now we have the connection from the ground force tension connection, and now we're going to bring reps into strengthening that chain just by going straight up and straight down, 10 seconds down, 10 seconds up. So I'll go ahead and show you one rep, what it looks like here. So I got my right foot forward, got my left foot back. I'll use this right here for the first one. So you can start off nice and strong and straight, belly in, exhale, squeezing into my back glute, pulling forward with my right front foot. And now I'm going to distribute and go deep inhale in, and then slow deep exhale, 10 seconds down. 2, 3, 4, staying active right here. Maybe come around here so you can see the activity that's happening in the hamstrings. You don't want to be front dominant right here, but as what's happening right here is once I get to this point, I feel a strong shake because this is my non-dominant leg. This is my left foot. Now it always needs work because it's always trying to disconnect. So as we get older, you have to keep that connection. Take a rest at the bottom. Take a deep inhale in, and then a slow, deep exhale out, staying active from the beginning into the glutes. Boom, 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 into the hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I feel like I just deadlifted 225 right there. So what you can do is you can come back over here, and now we're gonna do the rep. We're gonna go 10 seconds down, 10 seconds up. Let's start with your right back foot this time. Yeah. And then I really want you to focus on how easy this is going to be to stabilize with your right back, and then really bring that programming into the left side when you bring your left foot back. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Come all the way down. Almost bring your butt to your back heel. Nice. If you have that mobility. Some people don't. I know he does already. And now you can bring your hands to the ground, take a little rest. A conscious deep inhale in, flex your core in the center, and really lift up nice and slow. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. So now we're gonna do 2 more of those, just like that. Now I want you to, on this next one, anywhere you feel there's a glitch in the connection, stop. Stop, grab the tree, and then hold, and then squeeze into everything, all the cues that we just talked about. So we're gonna go deep inhale in, deep exhale out on the way down. 8, 7, 6, flex into that back right glute. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that butt all the way back. Amazing. Got a couple cracks going there, not a bad thing. And now deep inhale in, fully connected on the way up here from the beginning. Good. 8, 7. Hold that right there. Put your hand on the tree. Hold that. Yep. So there's this connection that's happening right here. So bring your center in. Yep. Plant into this. Just not too much pressure on his knee. Activate into the hamstring and the glute. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Amazing. Good. Yep. Shake it out. Yeah. Shake it out, and then when you're ready, we're gonna go back and do one more. How's the lower back with these?
It's good.
It's good. So I'm seeing that from when you're on the bottom right here, you're kind of hunched.
Yeah.
And I see that you're kind of skipping through that first part. What I want you to do is take a deep inhale in, posture up, bring your center, become conscious of your torso, and then grab the tree, and then slowly come up. Slowly come up. We'll use that tree as that help. So any distribution that you need to create through the tree in that first like initial get up, I'm seeing that disconnect. I don't know if it's because of the back or if it's because of you're just a tall guy. It could be that too.
Yeah.
So deep inhale in, good. So give him a little poke here, a little poke here, a little poke here. Keep him honest throughout the movement. Even here into his lats, nice. Good, come all the way down. Good. Nice and slow on the way up here. Good. Come back down, come all the way back down. Let's do it like 3 reps right there. So bring your hand to that. So as you come up, you're just gonna go shh. Let's see if we can draw that connection right there without challenging that. Nice, great, good. 2, nice. And then one more. And really push off into that glute, on the right glute. Nice, excellent, amazing. Take a rest, and now we're going to program that same thing to the other side here. And I promise you, if you do 3 sets of these at 10 seconds down, 10 seconds up, you're going to feel like you did. I don't know what your squat is at right now, but this will improve your squat. I don't stand by squats, but it'll improve it if you want to. This will improve performance in your kinetic chain for jumping, in your gait cycle for walking. And then it'll keep you active. It's like a standing plank in a way, but you're coming up and coming down. It's one of the most natural movements you can do. So whenever you're ready, we're gonna plant on that left back toe, real hard and strong, and we're gonna, have the intention to be connected into the calf, into the hamstring, into the glute. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Bring it all the way back. Nice. Grip into the big toe, into the heel in the front. Push off nicely. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we'll do 2 more reps here. This time we're going to go 15 seconds down. And I really want you to become tenacious about drawing that connection into your big toe, into your left big toe, into your calf, hamstring, glute, and really focus on where your injury is here and say, I'm going to activate everything around my injury so that my injury does not define my movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, amazing. And then come all the way down. Yep, get that mobility in as well too. Yep, get the mind right. And then up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Amazing. I saw you work through something very significant there as you were coming up. Amazing. So take a little rest here. We're gonna do 1 more rep at 15 seconds. And we're gonna shake it out. How you feeling?
Good.
Good. feeling overly challenged here?
No, it's butt in line. It's
Yeah.
definitely a challenge.
Yeah. That's good. This is challenging for anybody with or without injury. So
I think keeping those glutes flexed keeps that tension off my lower back.
exactly.
Allows me to keep rolling.
That's the goal here, is to feel that mainly, and that way you can revert back to this anytime you want at any point in your day as well too. You know, this is not just a workout that you do to build muscle or to, you know, create connection in the chain. It's actually something that you can do to alleviate back pain while you're sitting down at work. So you literally can just come to an apparatus of any sort, put your hand on the wall, and then force that activation into your glute and into your core. It's like planking and standing up, and then relieving all that tension that's going on there. So we're gonna go 15 seconds down. When you're ready, really want you to flex into your lats and into your hips too as well. Bring that connection all the way up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way down, butt to heel. Great. And then ready, set, deep breath in, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way up. Flex all the way up, yep, like a ballerina. Bring your torso up as high as you can as well too, your chin up, and then squeeze and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Amazing. Time under tension. So typically, once you have the movement programmed and then you've done it in the 15 and 20 second form or 10 second form, now you want to begin to work reps then. So slowing it down like that allows you to acknowledge where the kinetic chain has a glitch or a hiccup, and then what you do is once you figure that out, you program into it, and then now you can bring it into reps. So we're going to take a nice long rest here for your legs. How you feeling?
Good.
If you feel like we're overworking it, we can move on to the next one if you want.
No, feels good.
Feels good?
All right.
Good. So always check in with them, especially if there's an injury involved. You don't want to over push it. A lot of people want to test their thresholds a little bit too much. So here, we're at the warrior stands up. I'll come to the side for you, show you in front of you. So now, before I even go down, I'm conscious here, I'm flexed all the way into my lats. I'm so strong, or I try to be so strong in every part of this movement. And now I'm going to deep breath in, 1, and then deep breath out, deep breath in, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. You can start with 6 reps, I think is a legitimate way to start, and then switching and then 6 reps back. You're gonna find that you're working the front leg as well too, not only the back leg. So this will be considered our 3rd set here because it's his first time doing it. We don't want to over program and over stress. We just want to bring the connection, test the threshold, and then move on to the next movement that can help him in a different way. So whenever you're ready, if you want, you can use the tree as well too on these 6 reps, but it's going to be 6 at your own pace, and I'll just cue you through them if I see that you need it.
So show me one more time.
Yeah, you're here, you got your back foot, you know, I'm loose and ready. You know, I can rotate my hips if I wanted to. And now, before I go down, check my glutes, check my hamstrings. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 2, that's 1. And then down, and bring your butt all the way down too. Get that mobility in as well. And then up. Good. That's 2. So we got 4 more reps at your own pace. Amazing. Nice. So as you get these reps in, try to bring the weight into the center as you come up. Try to draw it into the center. Nice. And on this last one, you're going to come down, and then this time I want you to explode up and jump. Explode up and jump. Nice, that's amazing. So that's the next progression right there. After you master 8 to 12 reps of that gets easy. Now in order to challenge yourself, you obviously can add weight, or you could actually just bring your body weight and bring a plyometric into it, and then now you're building muscle and you're drawing that connection even deeper, and you're building functional performance, jumping, right? Shows up in every sport. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and switch. Now we're gonna have our left as our back foot here. And this is where the challenge really is now. Now you're working that left back foot with reps now. So it's a totally new cadence. You can try to bring all those cues that we just discussed into it. Amazing. Come all the way down with that butt. Yep. Get that knee mobility in. Amazing. So you look real strong and connected there. Really focus on that back left toe, that big toe. Grip it with the rest of the toes, the other 4. Nice. 4 more. Excellent. 3 more. Good. Up strong. And then give me a nice little hop on this last one here, just to get that programming in for the progression right now. And ready, set, up. Push off on that back. Amazing. That's great work, dude. All right, so we're gonna go through 2 more workouts exactly like that in terms of progression and in terms of just getting moving. So the next movement, I think maybe we should give your legs a rest right now, right? So we're gonna give his legs a rest. We're secretly gonna work his legs a little bit more in these planks as well too, but it's not gonna be as severe as the lateral shuffle. So right now we got his front line and his back lines activated. We have his core activated. We have pretty much everything in his anterior and posterior chains activated. Now we need to bring that activation into his upper body. The way we're gonna do that is actually real simple. It's the plank, right? But it's gonna be the plank with very specific Bashir method cues. That's gonna make it a lot harder. Jonathan, he's a fit guy. He's got an amazing warrior spirit. So we're gonna go straight into 5 minutes. We're not gonna do 5 minutes at once, but we're gonna get him to 5 minutes. And the way we're gonna do that is by basically slowly progressing into the more difficult versions of the planks. But first we're gonna draw the cues and get the basics down, just like how we did with the warrior stands up. And we're gonna do that. Do you feel more comfortable on your yoga mat, or do you like doing it on the grass?
Grass is good.
Grass is good, amazing. All right, so we'll come over here into a clean pallet. And do you prefer me doing it with you for the first 30 seconds?
Sure.
All right, so first and foremost, whenever you're doing a plank, you want to activate your wrists, unless you're just doing it on your forearms. And the way I activate my wrists is a little bit of Qigong, Tai Chi, a little bit of yoga. And the way that we do that is, first we're just going to start shaking it out. Yep. So we're like kind of loose with our wrists, but at the same time, we're still connected, right? Good. Now we're going to draw infinity signs, like a composer, right? Good. And then draw them back the other way now. Draw them bigger if you want, or you can articularly rotate 5 in this direction, 5 in the other direction. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to shake it out for a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to lift our hands straight up, and we're going to squeeze and hold. 1, 2. We do 50 reps. On each 10, I want you to squeeze a little bit harder and a little bit faster. So that's 8, 9, 10. A little harder, a little faster. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. A little bit harder, a little bit faster. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 20 more. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And shake it out. I'm gonna try to just feel what just happened real quick within a matter of a minute or two into our forearms, into our wrists. Now, bringing your hands above your head, just like in any situation, you're bringing it farther from your brain. You're reversing the idea of gravity on it, so your brain has to tell your body to send blood upwards, right? And we're also reaching and grabbing and drawing the connection as well too, whatever that does, spiritually and physics-wise. So now we're going to reach out to the side here, and we're going to go same thing, 50 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Amazing. Now we're actually going to give our wrists a little rest, but we know that we did everything we could to warm them up, especially if planks are new to you and you're not doing 5 minutes of planking per day or 3 minutes or whatever. Then you don't want to just jump right into bending your wrists and holding it in that way. I recommend to, if you don't have any rings on, to actually use your fists so that your wrist stays straight, in fact. So if you feel comfortable and activated, we'll come onto our hands and our hands and knees. And then what I like to do is I like to make sure that my index finger is actually pointed straight out. So create a slight rotation in your wrist, and then just about shoulder width apart. Some people have longer arms, some people have wider shoulders. So just find what's comfortable for them. And now, before we even plant in with our feet, we're gonna really grip the ground with our hands, both hands. We're gonna distribute that weight into our wrists, through our elbows, into our triceps, into our shoulders, our rear delts, and then now we're gonna start pulling downward, almost like you're climbing the wall, and bringing that activation into the lats as well too. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So we can pulsate there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I feel it in my chest too sometimes. So that pulling sensation is when we get to the advanced level of the plank, you're going to be pulling up like that with your hands and also pulling upward with your toes. And what that's going to do is draw the connection deeply into the center. So he's got that programmed right now, and now we're going to send our feet back. We're going to come up into the plank, and whatever feet width works for you in the end of the day. And obviously you want to keep your back straight. I'm just going to cue him through here. Yep, keep your back straight. You got that. Bring your center in. Good. And now that same activation that we had in the warrior stands up, I want you to, nice, bring that to the plank right here. Squeeze your glutes in, squeeze your center in. Good. Grip into the ground. We're going to go 20, 19, 18, 17. If you feel more comfortable, you can start pulsating everywhere too. Good. Pulsate. Give me 10 pulsations. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. That was about a minute, I would say, of planks. We have 4 minutes left of it. Usually I have a timer. This is going to be really good here. How's your wrist in that one? It's okay? On this next one, we'll do our fists so that you're not bending it for too long. Like you can just tell, like the body is like speaking to us, you know? It's like it's showing the marker that maybe the wrist is kind of new in that position. I don't know. It's you know, some things you can just tell. So instead of on our hands and with our bent wrists, we're going to come back onto our our fists. And that same activation, now I'm going to challenge him a little bit more in those cues. He did an amazing job on that first one. He got through almost a minute. And now I want to go ahead and come back up. And this time you can bring your butt a little higher if you want, even higher than that. Yep, good. And then squeeze into that center here. Good. Squeeze into your glutes. Good. There's that activation that I'm looking for. Now I want you to really press into your right toe and really press into your left toe. And now squeeze into your glutes, squeeze into your center. Now lift your left leg straight up. Yep, parallel to the ground, a little bit higher. Yep. Now we're really challenging that lower back right there to stay connected. Good. Now switching. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Bringing your right hand to the center. And then lifting the left hand up in any way it's comfortable. All right, you come to the side. That's cool too. That's the next progression anyways. Good. Give yourself a rest. Maybe increase the height of your hip as well too. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching over to the left side. We're taking a break. Whatever where you're at in the plank as well too. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, take a rest. Amazing. So we went through some challenging aspects of the plank progressions. On this next one, while he rests, I'm going to show you guys and show him as well too. Now we're going to come onto our forearms. So the closer you are to the ground, the easier it is actually going to be to grip and to draw a connection. Now the main difference when putting your forearm on the ground versus your hand is that you have more surface area to grip, right? Kind of like if you're hugging somebody with just your hands versus your forearms, you're going to be able to squeeze in tighter. So here, now I feel real strong in my grip. And now when I plant down, I'm going to bring my left foot first, and I'm going to immediately activate my glute immediately. And then as I come up and bring my other foot down, my dominant side, now I'm going to activate it to both. So I'm right here, I can feel my glute flaccid, like I literally can shake the meat on it, right? So in order for me to activate it, I have to dig in to the ground with my feet and even hover my knees if possible, if I have to. Upon doing that, I'm going to squeeze into my center and pull down with my arms. And now I'm going to flex. I'm going to hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If I get tired, I'm going to release. And I'm going to pulsate. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm tired from that. So when you're ready, we'll come onto our forearm here, or forearms. And I'm going to walk you through all those cues as well too. I really want to see if you can get the squeeze here, the feel here. Bring your feet a little bit farther back. Yep, there you go. That's a nice straight back right there, so keep that, good. And then hover your knees just a little bit, good. Bring that center in, deep breath out, and then plant into your feet. Draw the energy upwards and see if you can get that activation in the, nice. So lean into that shake there, breathe into it. We're gonna hold that shake for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, deep breath in, deep breath out. Nice rest, amazing, amazing. So obviously the entire plank can't be held like that for too long. It just gets way too tiring. So the idea is to get into each one of the progressions, and then over the course of 3 weeks or 4 weeks doing this every day, at some point you're just going to wake up and be able to do it for 5 minutes straight without rest. So we're here for 30 seconds, we're here for 10 or 20 seconds, we're here for 10 or 20 seconds, then we're here for 10 or 20 seconds, here for 10 or 20 seconds, and then now we come down onto our forearms. We're here for 10 or 20 seconds, aligning our heels, our hips, and our elbows, which I missed to cue him on when he went into there. And then here for 20 seconds. And then now to finish it off, we're going to come back here into our hovering knee plank, or whatever you want to call it here, and then coming back into the straight plank, and then pushing the hips forward, keeping the back straight, but really squeezing into the glutes like you're trying to send your hips as deep as possible without arching the back. So I think on this next one, what we can do is we can come back to the forearm one again, and then we'll do it where we lift up each leg one at a time, and then we'll rotate into the side plank on the forearm, which will make it a lot easier for you.
All right, I'm going to do the long one kind of on my knees.
Of course.
My back's getting a little tired, and then I start to
Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. If you want, we can just do this very simply here, and yeah, so do the forearm one, and then, yeah, there you go. That's a great one. And then, yep, so straighten this out even more here. Yep, yeah, so that's more straight right there. And then you got the flex in the front happening. Now bring that same connection down over here as well too. Good. Yep. And then if you can, start pulling downward with your forearms. Yes. And then activate into here. Now bring that connection all the way into your core. And then now bring it into your lower back as well too. There it is. Yes. Yep. Now 10. Breathe now. Breathe with it. Tell yourself that you're going to become tenacious about drawing this connection and keeping it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Gently come out of it. Good. Yep. This side or left side?
Left side.
Left side, right? Yeah, we're definitely working it here. So, yeah, I think that was it. So sometimes 2-3 minutes is good enough for him. We don't want to overdo it with his back. I already feel like we've drawn as much connection as we need to around the injury. And I think it's a good time now to just let's take a rest for a minute or two, and then let's check back in. And then for this third movement, it's the lateral shuffle. So I really want to activate this for you. So get rested right now so that when we go into this, we're going to activate your lateral lines. And then what that's going to do is activate the final part of your glutes that need to be active, which is right here. So just like on that shuffle that we did, we're here, and now we want to push off with this right here. But in order to do that, we have to draw the energy through the ground from the inside of the foot, right? So we're here. This shows up in all sports pretty much, in tennis and in basketball. And I'm going to shuffle right to you right here. So I'm here, and now I'm going to push off, but I'm going to make sure that I'm pushing off on the inside of my foot, right here, not just on the front. Everybody wants to do this because we're all front dominant, right? But I'm here, and now, so as I push off right there, I'm feeling it equally distribute through my foot on the inside, and I'm here, and so for you, you don't have to do it so intense, right? Because you're still coming back from the injury. You can save this type of cadence for maybe 3 or 4 weeks into the program. So you're here, you're respecting the hamstring, the glute, the core, everything that we just worked on right now, and now we're bringing our arms into it. It's just real smooth. Make it like a dance move. As I'm landing and stabilizing, I'm right here into my glute. And then if you want, you can pick up the air and then jump. So we're basically trying to get to, we'll do 5 and 5, and then 10 and 10, and then 15 and 15, depending on where he's at physically and his energy level. So pretend like, back when you used to play tennis, you used to have to like, right? Reach out and swing. Nice. Slow it down. Good. Nice. Yeah. Nice. Good. 10, 9, 8. Slow it down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Amazing. So that was really beautiful, by the way. You brought in like a little bit of dance and a little bit of tennis into it as well too. So that's a huge thing, is always bring your own expression into it. Everybody's expression is going to be different. You don't need to necessarily just copy me or copy him. A lot of trainers should actually invite their people to draw from other sports or other expressions that they've become familiar with through their experiences in life. So I know Jonathan has played tennis, he's played basketball, he's swam, he's done a bunch of different sports. So the tennis kinetic chain of the what is this, the forehand? Yeah, the forehand, and then the backhand, all of that is actually working 2 or 3 of the mechanisms that we learned in the method. So what was cool about what he did was he brought in a little bit of the warrior stands up, and he brought in a little bit of dance, and he brought in a little bit of rotation as if he was swinging and hitting the ball. So that was really cool. It looked awesome. So on this next one here, I want you to focus on slowing it down and then bringing your inside foot back so that you can stabilize before. So just like how we stand in the warrior stands up in that programming we just did, if you want, you can sit more onto that back foot, and then now you can send it into the front foot and then push off. Yes. Good. Good. So activate through the core and then through the inside and outside of the leg. And then see if you can do the reps a little slower, but get a little bit farther now. So I'm gonna challenge you a little bit, get a little bit of depth into the movement. Good. 10, 9, slow it down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. Feel a little burn in your legs when you're doing that?
Yeah, the outside
Good.
definitely burns.
Good. So the whole idea here between these two leg strengthening movements is that you're activating around your glute three-dimensionally, you're activating through your core, and then at some point, just like how Jonathan just did, you're bringing your arms in with it as well too. Come on, man, you got a Maserati and you got these brakes like that? What is that? Is that an Aston Martin?
DB9.
Yeah, so the key is here, what we're doing is we're working around his injury. We are activating his injury. He's becoming conscious of it in a variety of different three-dimensional movements. And then now when we go back to the agilities, when this is all done, or if we go and move a little bit of weight around, that's gonna all set the standard and the foreground for him in the connections that ultimately are what's gonna help him move as healthy as possible. So we're gonna come back to the sprint at the end of this workshop here, and then we're gonna see how smooth you're gonna feel running with everything active, and then really try to test that out, maybe get you to 80 or 90% sprint, pain-free. So a key marker in sports injury recovery is that, like, if you can run pain-free, then you probably are recovering to a point where, you know, of course you can walk, you can sit, you can drive, you can do all these things, but can you move your body three-dimensionally, using all the joints, using all the muscles, and then also being conscious of whether or not the injury is still there and how it's showing up for you. So when you're ready here, this time I'm going to challenge you a little bit to do one leg at a time now. So we're going to be here, we're going to push off, exhale, we're going to step back here, push off, exhale. I want you to do 5 in a row with your left, and then 5 in a row with your right, and then we'll come back and forth 4 times for 20 reps on each side. Nice. Good. 2. 3. Good. And bring me a nice exhale. 4. Good. 5. Good. 6. Now we'll go back the other way here. Feel the difference between the left and the right connection. Nice. Much more powerful with the right. Good. 3. 4. 5. 6. I like his form. I like what's happening, the way you're pushing off. So now, let's see if we can speed it up here just slightly. So bring the cadence up about 20%. And now we're going to focus on stabilizing when you land. So it's stabilize and then back. Stabilize. Good. 3, 4, 5. Pushing off on the inside of the heel. Stabilizing with the outside of the heel on the landing. 9, 10. Give me a little more pump in the arms now, like you're running. Nice, like a skier or like a ice skater almost. Good. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Word rest. Nice. Too much?
No, nothing triggered yet.
So what I was trying to kind of, I guess, show the camera, I wasn't really being present with you in the front, is that, like, when you're increasing the cadence, you're making it faster, and then you're creating more force, that's how you can end up building muscle without actually bringing weights into your workout. So again, I kind of lost track that he has this injury. I maybe shouldn't be pushing him in that cadence. I acknowledge that, that's my fault. We're gonna breathe through it now, and that was his 3rd set right there. And now we're gonna just give him a rest. We might even do some NFR, I think, for you, because you might need that right now too. We'll give him a little rest, and then we'll do a couple of jogs back and forth just to see how the connection feels for you. And then we'll do about 10-15 minutes of hands-on MFR. 59 minutes? Nice. So we'll just go 10 more minutes then. Is that cool? Amazing. Cool. Yeah, take a rest, get some water. Hydration is obviously super important in this time, like coming hydrated to the session, and then also staying hydrated while you're manipulating your connective tissue system in this way, and working all these muscles is super, super important. food, not necessarily. I think you could fast and do this, but definitely you'll need water. If you have food, you can definitely come with fruit and vegetables, and you're basically consuming a little bit of sugar, a little bit of water, give you the energy to do this in a fasted state without protein or whatever, and just staying hydrated throughout it. Have you done any running at all since your injury, or
Yeah, I've been jogging.
jogging?
3 miles.
3 miles.
Yeah.
Really? Where did you do the running at?
Just around.
Nice.
Nothing too like
Downtown
killer.
or what?
Yeah, downtown a couple times in Santa Barbara.
Oh, nice. Cool. So you were able to get 3 miles done without like exacerbating anything, or?
Yeah, usually, I've been going like super slow.
Yeah.
But like the last time I ran on Saturday, I was, jogging. Pretty good
Yeah.
clip.
Cool. Yeah. Show me the cadence that you were running with, if you're ready. You ready?
Yeah.
Right now, you feel activated?
Yeah, I feel really good.
A part of me wants to like test your athlete within you, but at the same time, I'm like, I think we did enough with your back right now.
Yeah.
And I think so. Typically, right now at the end of the session, I would try to get him to like get to 80% or 90%. But this is actually a really cool experience here because being present with whoever you're working with, you have to remember that the body is very, very, very sensitive, especially if it's recovering from injury. Physical therapy obviously takes the slow route. You buy 10 sessions, you come in 2 times a week, etc. Like he said earlier, the most important thing in healing is going to be sleep, no matter what. So what we're doing right now is obviously great work. It's activating. You feel strong in your legs. You feel
really
strong
good.
in your core, right?
Yeah.
Now, knowing when to stop is probably just as important as learning the next workout. So here we're in a situation where I want to like test him and bring him to it, but checking in with him and seeing where he's at right now, he's just not ready for it. So maybe in a couple weeks, in a month, whatever it is, now we can kind of work from there and know what his threshold is right now. So right now we're going to go back to the mat and we're going to do some MFR around his area. I'm going to use a couple of tools that I have to get deep into his fascia and then really alleviate some of this tension that he's feeling right now so that he can go on with the rest of his day and not feel any of that, that I don't want to call it pain, we'll call it sensation, right?
Tightness.
Tightness. Cool. So head over here. One thing that I acknowledge is that working with different people and different body types is really where you gain most of the experience in terms of understanding the body, because the only way this works to be good at this type of job is that you have to be a strong empath. You have to have great empathy so that you can put yourself in other people's situations. For me, I come from a background of playing football and aggressively damaging my body. So I've had a very similar injury to him in my L5-S1 where I had to heal as well too. But within the healing process, your ego tells you that you want to like go back and train and get the body that you once had, and you begin to not becoming present with the body that you have, thinking that you want to live in this future of already being healed, and then also training in the same rigor that you trained once before, which absolutely doesn't make any sense. You have to meet yourself exactly where you are right now, and in order to heal yourself, you're going to have to become present with yourself day by day, moment by moment, and get plenty of good rest, get plenty of good food and water into your body, anti-inflammatory, CBD, cold water therapy, hot water therapy, mindset therapy more than anything. So telling yourself that you're going to heal is what's going to bring you there quicker right after sleep. Sleep, mindset, anti-inflammatory diet, movement, and then just being present with yourself. So we're going to come on, I think we can start on our back here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a shortened version of an actual like 85-minute or 90-minute MFR practice, and I have a club bell right here. It's got this ball shape as well too, so you can come in closer and kind of see. And obviously for him right here, we're gonna start right here into basically the meridian that's in his chest, and we're gonna do like the quick version of it. So if you'd like, you can adjust this to where you feel is the most, the spot where you want the weight to distribute in. Good. And we're gonna hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Now we're gonna switch that up. How was that tension?
It's good.
It was good. What was it out of 10? Like a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So here, let me know when I've reached a 5, and then we'll go into like 6 and 7 for the last few seconds here. We at 5? Good. Go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Coming out really slow after permeating into the fascia. And then now we'll actually come on to, you can bring your legs down. I think I'll do a couple here as well too, just in your quads as well too. How's that?
Good.
Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll ride it up to the hip flexor. Is that okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. Switching legs. This is his left side, so the left side is always going to be more sensitive. So bring that threshold to it much smoother rather than the right side, becoming more gentle and conscious. How's that? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So upper quad closer to the hip flexor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then now we'll come in right where the hip bone is right here. You can adjust that for me where you feel. This is like that psoas machine.
Yeah.
It's so right. Good. So it's a very sensitive area. It's like, obviously, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming out real slow. Switch it to the other side. Find it for me again. Good. Sink in. How's that? Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making sure the weight is distributed straight up and through where the point is really key. And then also coming out slow and gentle as well too. And then now we're gonna come on to our backs. Onto our stomach. Face back towards me here. And if you're okay with it, I can use my thumbs here.
Sure.
It's okay?
Yep.
So he's gonna get the treatment from these angelic hands right here, right now. I always actually been meaning to teach this for a while now. Like, I'm not massage therapist certified or anything, but I've read plenty of massage books. I have a lot of intuition when it comes to the body, when it comes to healing this as well too. So for his side, his left side is his injured side. So his injury is probably like right around like right there-ish. And then, what's happening right here is that there's an MRI, there's a CAT scan, there's a doctor, there's human beings, talking about it. He's moving, he's conscious of it. At the end of the day, we're not inside of it. We can't see it exactly for what it is right now. So being tender and gentle and empathetic and compassionate towards the injury is the number one mindset here that you have to have going into it. I don't want to hurt him more, but I also want to bring him to understanding what the sensations are that are going on in his body, and then work all around it, and then also work whatever meridians might be connected to the injury. So for me, one of my favorite things to start off with is on the non-dominant side, his left side, is working into right above his knee, into his hamstring, because this is where most people are sitting these days, and this is falling asleep first. So I'm using both hands here, and I'm on my hands and knees, and I'm very conscious of my weight distribution onto him. And I'm gonna just have him just relax. And I'm gonna take a deep breath in, and then a deep breath out, and then begin to gently just let the hamstring absorb my body weight directly through my forearms into my hands. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So once you press in, you don't want to be moving too much or fidgeting, because right now we're deep into his hamstring, we're deep into the connective tissue system that's wrapped around his hamstring. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8. As a practitioner, you're going to be able to feel his blood flowing or her blood flowing, and that's a good sign that you're bringing blood to it, you're bringing awareness to it, and you're bringing healing to it. So really gently, I'm not just going to release out of it, I'm going to count to 5, and that's how long it should take me to come out of this hold here. Deep breath in, and then slow deep breath out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. So I can feel it in my hands actually, like what's happened. Like I can something about it, like you can understand the energy. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna come up closer here.
Yeah.
And I like to do this with my feet here. Some people find that weird, but like if you're okay with it, I can start with this and then do my foot. So what I like to do is once I'm right here, I'm exactly at the point where his hamstring and his glute meet. So the pelvic bone, the bone that's connecting your leg to your hip, it's really kind of what we're working into, and we're doing it while kind of like maybe holding or pressing into something on the other side, so that he's not just fully focused on that one area that we're in. So I'm going to gently put my thumb right there, which is kind of the beginning of his sciatica on his right side. And I'm just kind of just bringing more awareness, distracting him, I would say, with what's going on that side, so that we can dig a little bit deeper into the sensation of what's happening on the left side. So we're gonna go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 5 seconds to come out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if that's not enough weight where you can distribute with your hands, then you can begin to work in with your knees as well too, which somehow my intuition tells me that he likes that. Yeah, we have very similar body types, very similar injury. This is like, I would say, very alleviating here to have this kind of pressure. There's just something about the knee bone, or like right below the knee bone, that kind of just digs in and makes it easier for you to distribute your weight. And then while you do that, you can also experiment with your forearm into that same spot. These are all techniques that are very usable with different body types. So I'm going to press in with my forearm here. It's closer to his outside of his hamstring. So take a couple deep breaths in. We're going to go a little deeper here. And deep breath out. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So now we've worked through the hamstrings. Now we want to get into the glutes. All that activation we did today. I like to do it a couple different ways. For me, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to pull this up. Is that okay?
Yep.
And I'm going to find the socket into that are like in his hips, like right there on the side. And then I'm going to find like what I find to be the most tender spot, and then I'm going to gently press my thumbs inward towards each other. So I'm trying to meet that energy line that exists by pushing with my right hand this way, my right thumb this way, my left thumb this way. Now I'm going to have him take 5 deep breaths as we sink in deeper to this. How's that sensation level? Good?
You can keep going.
All right, great. So permission to go in deeper, and we'll go 3 more breaths like this. I'm going to just go all the way in as much as I can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep exhale out. Don't just release. Remember, breathe. Take a deep breath in yourself as the practitioner. And then a slow deep breath out, and then release. He has a high sensation tolerance when it comes to being able to handle it. Not everybody will have that right here, especially it's a very sensitive area. So now what we're going to do is we'll have you come on to one of your sides, the side that you want worked first. And then, because I knew, if the phone dies, it's okay. You can just keep recording with the camera. Yeah, they'll just, yeah. So right here, we're working into that same spot that we were just in, right? And I knew with my thumb, by pressing in, I really didn't get as much of the sensation threshold that I know he's capable of. So he's a masochist. So he's gonna go in with. He wants me to go in with my elbow here, and if you want, you can distribute your weight. Are you comfortable like that, or do you want to bring one side over? Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
All right. So what you can do is to comfort him or her is like grab their shoulder right here and just, let them know that everything's going to be okay with this hand. And then as you find the socket or the spot right here, how's that? Good. So the elbow is much more potent, it's pokier, it's stronger, it's more dense. The tool is going to get into it much easier. And now, how are we at out of 10 right now?
6 or 7.
So 6 or 7, I'm not really putting that much pressure. So we'll do 3 deep breaths in and 3 deep breaths out. And then as we deep breath out, we're going to go in maybe one more point, one more threshold. Going to get it to 80%. Now we're going to go in a little bit deeper here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out real slow and gentle. Don't want to shock anybody. Boom. Amazing. If you want, you can kind of like jelk it out as well too. Or if you want, you can also use, if you want to come around here, I can show you these 2 thumbs right here and gripping around the hip bone and really like pressing in deeply with one spot with both thumbs. How's that? Good. So we'll hold here for 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale coming out. Good. Now we're going to jump sides, roll over. And now that was his right side. So I know for a fact that the sensation level is going to be more extreme on the left side. So I'm going to start with my thumbs, and then I'm going to check in with him and see if what sensation level he's at out of 10, and then adjust from there. So I'm right here. I got both my thumbs pressing in just like how I did in the last one. I got my fingers wrapped around his bone. And then now, how are we at out of 10?
5 or 6.
Yep. So I'm not pressing barely anything, and these are with my thumbs and not my elbow, and we're already at a 5 or 6. So this is that third type of sensation where it only becomes pain until you want to flee from it. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's try to see if we can bring this into a 7 or an 8, and then ultimately heal him right here. This is going to be one of the main healing points I find for that lower back injury. So we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out nice and slow and gentle. Pain leaving the body. Now we'll work into the glute area as well too here with the thumb. Also going to be a very sensitive area. Could you handle more there or no?
Yeah.
Okay. How about, do you think the elbow will work here or no? Is it too much?
Yeah, go a little bit more up top and then
Right here?
That's it. Yeah.
Alright, so checking in with him, finding the spot where he would put the tennis ball per se. Now we're just going in.
Go to 10.
Yep. So we're at like a 5 or a 6 right now. A couple deep breaths, we'll bring it to a 7. Once you find that spot that you know works the best, you want to build that tolerance or that ability to go a minute up to 2 minutes in that spot. The longer time you go, I think like 90 seconds to 2 minutes is that threshold where you're really going to see and feel immediate results from it. So I'm pulling him in with my left hand right here, and I'm pushing in with my right elbow, and I'm trying to stabilize as much as I can, but I'm just working with what I have right now in terms of stability, and I'm breathing with him. I'm holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming out. Excellent. There's 3 or 4 more spots right here where I'm just going to have him do it with his tennis ball. I know we're running short on time, so I want to get him back onto his stomach. And I'm going to do one area that I know is very, very difficult to reach with a tennis ball, and it's also a very odd area to just let something into your body because it's a very tender and sensitive area, especially if you have that lower back injury. So that muscle that's surrounding his lower back right now, I'm going to just kind of slowly go into it with my index finger and ring finger on one side and then my 2 thumbs on the other. My nails are kind of long right now, so sorry, but yep. So we're going to do a deep breath in and then just keep saying the number that it's at. 2, 4, 5. Good. So once you get it to a 5 or a 6, we're going to hold into that for 20-30 seconds. Good. You want to keep the tension as stable as possible, and while he's breathing, you might have to let up a little bit and then press into it. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now I'm going to try to bring it to a 7 threshold and then an 8. We're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out nice and slow. It's a very tender area. Good. Now I'm going to come a little bit wider with my hands and come around it a little bit wider. And now I'm using 3 fingers. How's that?
It's good. It's a little tight on the right side.
Over here?
Yeah.
Too much?
No, it's okay.
All right. So we go 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out, resting. Good. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You can bring your arms down for me here. Good. So now we'll just finish it off with some breath work. Thank you. So we're going to go deep breath in and then deep exhale out, everything. Good. So I'm right behind his lungs right now. And I'm just trying to get him to become present with his lungs and his breath. Deep breath in, deep breath out.